Director Voda, I too I'm glad that you're leaving. Sadly, your harm will remain for generations to come. I have every reason to believe that history will judge you harshly, especially in that you were a key author of Project 2025. Again, implications that we'll be feeling for generations. Like this, $500 billion. Director Vogt, that's how much medical debt Americans hold. In fact, many families have medical debt over $50,000. Now, that may not be a lot of money to Republicans like Trump, who, quote, don't think about Americans' financial situation. But that is a lot of money for most people. This is debt people accumulated during the most challenging times in their lives, like battling cancer or recovering from an accident. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, under Biden, issued rules making sure that medical debt would not be reported on credit reports and put guardrails around how that debt can be collected. Common sense things, like companies not being able to come after you for bills you've already paid. Now, to be clear, these kinds of protections were supported by families throughout the country, Director Vogt, in rural communities, in urban communities, in suburban communities, and in Democratic and Republican districts. But Director Vogt, you took that away when you rescinded those rules. Director Vogt, give me one reason why companies should be able to harass cancer survivors to collect more than they owe for a medical bill.
Well, they shouldn't be able to harass, and we have laws on the books but the rules that we changed were specifically—
Give me one good reason. You rescinded the rule where medical debt would not have been reported
because the statute
on credit
didn't allow
reports.
it.
Give me what? You don't have one good reason. Moving on.
The statute literally
there
said the
is
reverse.
not one good reason. You claim, you avow that you are a self-proclaimed Christian nationalist, so I'm sure you spent some time in Sunday school.
That's a pejorative.
I'm sorry, did you happen upon a scripture that said, thou shalt make their neighbor poorer, hungrier, sicker, and less safe? That's actually what you've done. I didn't ask you to speak. This makes no sense. You are as incompetent as you are cruel and callous. Seriously, there are millions of families who have had to deal with an unexpected medical crisis, including yours, I'm sure, because cancer and illness do not discriminate. They don't care how fat your wallet is or what your zip code is. Everyone has been faced with some unexpected crisis that interrupted their life and destabilized their financial future, carrying the burden of caregiving, carrying the burden of sleepless nights, carrying the burden of debt unpaid, medical bills. But what upsets me most, please look at me, what upsets me most is the shame that people carry about that debt. So let me be clear to families throughout the country. The only people who should be ashamed of medical debt is the Republican Party, because they have obstructed progress for affordable health care at every turn. And then they rescinded the rule that would have given you some relief.
Would the gentlelady yield?
I will not. This is my time.
Would the gentlelady yield?
I will not yield. This is my time. And he's on his way out the door, and he needs to know exactly the harm he has caused. But the American people deserve to know.
Talk about Obamacare.
I will not yield.
It's Ms. Pressley's time.
Why are you speaking to me when I didn't yield to you? Director Vogt, you have gutted the CFPB. You have dropped settlements the CFPB brought against predatory companies that were supposed to provide relief to customers. $360 million to help people gone. Americans are in dire need of financial relief, but Trump and his co-conspirators, his cult of co-conspirators, are making life worse for everyday people, and I mean everyone. Women, the disabled, young people, seniors, veterans, immigrants, and especially people of color who are most burdened by debt and predatory collection and reporting practices. That is exactly why I introduced legislation to stop you from hurting people, like getting rid of consumer protections related to medical debt. The American public deserves better. They deserve better than you. They deserve a CFPB director who puts the consumer protection in this, who actually gives a damn, instead of attacking hardworking families who are financially trapped by Trump's reckless policies. Consumer protection should not be a partisan issue or a political game. You have dedicated your career to helping corporations get richer, making families sicker,
Gentlewoman's
hungrier,
time has
poorer,
expired.
and less safe, and there
The chair
is
recognizes
nothing
the gentleman from
Christian
Tennessee,
about
Mr.
that.
Rose, for